greatpeaks.org/win.
Stand with Word Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a 4Word member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a 4Word member, sign up, family member, or friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your 4Word membership today. Visit wordradio.com/4word or wordradio.com/membership.
Tune in to Eco Word Magazine, hosted by POC, the first Friday at 10 a.m. for the PA Lottery Eco Word Fact of the Month. Brought to you by PA Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day.
Stay connected on the go with the new and improved Word Radio app. Search Word Radio in your app store. Stream every show with increased clarity. Easily access Word TV, EcoWord, and Livelihood. Start or renew your 4Word membership and buy Word swag. Remember, Black Media Matters. Get the new and improved Word Radio app today. Available on Google Play and the Apple App Store. We are the home of progressive Black Talk Media. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app. The views and opinions expressed by the guests, listeners, and hosts of any program on Word Radio do not necessarily reflect those of the ownership, management, or advertisers of this station.
I'm simply saying that life finds a way.
All right, people, write something on the board. Let's spell it. First letter.
L-O-G.
What's that? What?
It's time. It's time to have real, honest, open, difficult, and inspiring conversations. It's time for Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Well, hey there, family. Hello. Hello and welcome. Welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. Welcome to Thursday, May 9th. Oh, do you believe it? It is May 9th already. I don't believe it. I hope that all is well with you and with yours. Well, family, we've made it to the end of the Love and Life week. Ooh, let's say we do an early check-in this evening. Let us know if you are good and that you're joining us. Share a comment on our socials, if you will, or a few, we'll take what you give us, or give us a call. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065, or you can even call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. Family, it's time for our Black History 365 moment. Yes, it is. So in 1803, a slave revolt took place on a slave ship traveling from West Africa to Savannah, Georgia. The Igbo people, a tribe in West Africa, hijacked the slave ship and drowned their captives. They then all decided to commit mass suicide by jumping overboard to avoid the slavery that was awaiting them in Georgia. Considered one of the largest mass suicides of enslaved people, it took place when Igbo captives from what is now Nigeria were taken to the Georgia coast. In May of 1803, the Igbo and other West African captives arrived in Savannah, Georgia on the slave ship, the Wanderer. They were purchased for an average of $100 each by slave merchants John Cooper and Thomas Spalding to be resold to plantations on nearby St. Simon's Island. The chained slaves were packed under deck of a coastal vessel, the York, which would take them to St. Simon's. During the voyage, approximately 75 Igbo slaves rose in rebellion, took control of the ship, drowned their captors, and in the process caused the grounding of the ship in Dunbar Creek. Well, family, that is today's Black History 365 moment. I'm wishing a happy birthday today to everybody who is celebrating. Happy birthday to you. And sending extra love and hugs to everyone whose light is shining just a little bit dimly today. Just so you don't forget that your tribe and your village, we want you to know that you are not alone and that you've got support, okay? We're right here. Yes, we are. All right, family, let's get started. I see some family members are checking in. Nasir is checking in. Hey there, Nasir. Nasir Butler, that is. He sends peace and blessings to everybody, and we send them right back to you. You know we do. Malcolm White is checking in too. Hey there, Malcolm. He shares that he's watching and listening from West Mount Airy, and he sends a good evening to the family members. Eric is checking in. He shares, how's the Word family doing on this Thursday? Are we ready for the weekend? Ooh, I think I'm ready for the weekend. I think I am. My spirits are good. I'm getting myself together and actually have a Mother's Day show this weekend. A show that I can't wait to do in Connecticut. So I will be spending Mother's Day in Connecticut, family, with you. Alfred is joining us as well, and he sends a good evening to everybody. I love it. Okay, family, let's get started. All right. We have a phenomenal woman in this hour, a phenomenal woman that I just can't wait for you to meet. Her name is ValRay. She is the founder and CEO of ValRay Productions, which is her own media and entertainment company. Can you say what? Girl power? What? Black girls rock. She's been a strong force in the entertainment industry, bringing artists of every genre to premier venues with shows that are always richly themed. And she's here to talk with us. Well, she's here to talk with us about a lot, so I won't even get into that. But family, I invite you to the conversation with none other than ValRay. Hi there, beautiful.
I love the way you can brought me in. That was beautiful. Yes. How you doing there?
I will not complain.
Oh, here we go. I won't
I
complain.
won't complain. You hear
That's
me?
one of my aunt's favorite songs. She every time, well, I don't want to say it like that, but every time someone
Mhm.
died, the gentleman that comes on and she hires him to sing at every single funeral. But he kills the song. He kills it.
It's a
He said, I
beautiful
won't
song,
complain.
though.
I can't even think of it. His name. James. That's the first name anyway. Anyway,
Listen,
I
that's a
can't remember.
beautiful song, and the sentiment. I mean, just everything about it.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
My mother used to always say, "Oh, I'm fair to middling," and to me,
Uh-huh.
that was the same thing to me. Like
Yes.
mhm.
That's right. That's it. Absolutely.
So I'm so glad you came to visit with us. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for coming to share
And
with
thank
us.
you for having me for sure.
I see some more family members are checking in. Henry Purifoy. Hey there, Henry. Paulette Haskins. Paulette, don't beat me with the wet noodle, okay? I did not mean to murder your name like that. Hi, Love Light. Paulette Haskins is checking in, and she's sending a good evening to everybody. Our other Love Light, Tia Shanae, is joining us as well. And Malcolm says, hey, good evening, ValRay. I think we are Facebook friends. So
Oh,
look at
okay.
that.
Hey, Malcolm. How you doing, Malcolm?
Look at that. So Val, I know we don't have a lot of time, and the time that you all visit with us goes by so quickly as it is.
Yeah.
Would you start by telling our family members who are unfamiliar and unaware just a little about you, from where you come, where you grew up, all
Oh,
that good stuff.
oh, okay. Well, that's easy. I grew up in North Philadelphia, right around 28th and well, today it's Cecil B. Moore, but it was Columbia Avenue back in my day,
I
as they
still say
say.
that.
Columbia Avenue, and I went to Vaux Junior High, William Penn High School for girls at that time, and Gideon Elementary School, and also Meade at 19th and Columbia. So my mom, well, I guess we was like a little bit of a Rolling Stone because we did move around a little bit, but and but my biggest memories for my life are is on Newkirk Street. Newkirk is when I started doing my first production for ValRay Productions in my mother's basement, and it's the story is really interesting. Are you ready for that story?
Listen, you
Because
know we want to know. You know
so
we want to know.
when people ask me, well, when did you start singing? Back in the day, my mom, she had the after hour. What they call it after hour. Now
Shit,
we call it speakeasy back.
speakeasy, right?
And my mom, would get this, I'd get a little bit of quarters and all, because she would have me come down and sing a song, and have my brother. Well, we both could sing. He could sing really well. But he would do the "Make a Joyful Noise," the 101st
Mm.
Psalm, "Make a Joyful Noise unto the Lord, you land, serve the
Yes,
Lord with gladness." And I don't know, I
yes.
ended up learning it too because. Because I was the one that would do the singing. But my first production was in the basement of my home, and I was in the sixth grade, and the kids that I got to be in my show were in the kindergarten and first grade. So I went, and it was all the people on the block. So on my block, I went around door to door and asked if the kids could be in this Christmas play. And all I did was and write out each page. There was no copy machine or anything like that. So I wrote the songs that I wanted them to sing, and then had the people bring their chairs and put them in the basement. And back in those days, we had the rotating lights for the aluminum tree. So back then it was the aluminum tree, and that was my lights, and so it was flash different colors, and we went in the basement, and that was the first ValRay production back in 1960 something, I guess, and so I
Wow.
don't even talk about that as much as when I think in terms of what people would want to hear, but that was my first production, and it was wonderful. I couldn't believe I did that.
Wait, and how old were you then?
Well, I was in the sixth grade. I do remember
In the
that
sixth
in the
grade.
sixth grade, because I was going to Edward Gideon Elementary School, and that school only goes up to the sixth grade at that time. And so
Look
when
at
I
you.
did the event, the people came, all the mothers and the dads, and they came and they brought their chairs and sat in the basement, and the sheets that my mom had were, and we had rope, and we put the sheets on, and that was the curtain, and then the light would just, like rotate around, Christmas lights and the Christmas tree light,
Oh,
and it was just exciting, and that was the first real ValRay productions, and my
yeah.
mother was, she was really a great influence and encouragement in my music.
Mhm.
My mom, so sometimes I think that if my mom had lived, and unfortunately I lost my mother at the tender age of 14, and she just laid down and never woke up. No sickness, no anything. So you can imagine how devastating that must have been for a young kid like myself.
I'm
And
sorry.
so when she didn't wake up, you know, um, but there were times, like there was a place called the Blue Horizon, and my mom had bought these outfits for two of my friends and myself, because we were a group. We called ourselves the Supremettes. I don't know why. The Supremettes. And we were going to sing at the Blue Horizon. And this particular day, I came home and told my mom that I had given myself to the Lord, and I couldn't sing. And she really didn't get that mad at me or mad at all. She knew that I was in the church, and she wasn't. So my next door neighbor, that was who I went to church with. And I was the only girl. I had two brothers. So, she would let me spend a lot of time with the next door neighbor. So
Oh
when I
wow.
came home and told her that, God said the world was coming to an end, all kinds of stuff that we put in my head, back in those days. And so
Uh-huh.
she allowed it to happen, and I didn't sing. And then she passed away. And so I just think that sometimes my belief is that my mother was so good at wanting me. Let me just tell you one quick story. There
Sure.
was a place on Columbia Avenue called 20th Century. It was a cheesesteak store, and we would go there. And in order for me to learn a song that I was going to be in at my school in the sixth grade, and I was
Mm.
singing "Come See About Me" by Supreme. There was a talent show, and she would take me around there, and she put quarter after quarter after quarter
Oh,
to help me learn the words to the song. We didn't have the record, so we would
wow.
go around to the store, and she just put it in. So I knew she believed in me, and I've been doing it ever since. Ever since she
Mm.
passed away. I mean, there was a time when I went into my depression of losing a
Sure.
mother,
Sure.
and then unfortunately, I have another experience of losing a child. My daughter passed away when she was at a tender age of 8 years old. And so that was another tragedy as a mother,
Oh,
So losing my daughter and then losing my mother and brother and so on, there were some things that was just very difficult as I was coming up. But
sure.
but I went to the Freedom Theater and John Allen, he helped me
Oh
through a
my
lot of it. Do you
God.
remember? Do you know John Allen?
Yes, I went to Freedom Theater. Yes, I
You
do.
did? Oh,
Yes,
wow.
I did. John Allen, Joyce. I was actually a Dennerle, their daughter, a Dennerle Ojo Allen. We were in class together.
Okay. Oh,
Yes,
wow. Well, see, I
yes,
look at you. I don't see you as being, that
yeah.
mature in age,
I,
so with John Allen. So I don't think of you.
oh,
I said, oh, you
God
look
bless
so
you, Saint.
young.
Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so he
Yeah,
taught me a lot
mm,
and how to move on and become what I could become, in
sure.
the music aspect. So I would always hide from auditions because I was afraid of rejection,
Oh,
of afraid
me
of no.
too.
You
Val, I
too?
did the same thing. I've told the family in the past. I said I was very shy. Like you could have been in the room with me and not have known that I was there. I did not.
Yeah.
I would not say a word. I would not audition. I would not. I was very, 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 very shy. Very, very
Okay.
shy. But it was Freedom
Okay.
Theater that played a huge part in breaking me out of my shell.
Me too, because I would get poked. Do you remember a woman by name Juanita Holiday?
Yes, I do. Yes, I
Okay, well,
do.
Juanita Holiday was my mentor. Every time they would say, come up and do something, she'd be behind me, poking me in the back. Get up there, and I would just
Wow.
not do it. But finally I did, and I got the part, a couple
She
of
used to
times
encourage me,
as
when I would
well.
sing at Zanzibar. She would she would
Uh-huh.
she was always a cheerleader for me.
Yeah,
Always.
she was such a wonderful,
Oh
wonderful
my
light.
goodness.
So it's
You
amazing that
oh
we've
my
been
goodness,
crossing paths.
Val. Val, just oh my goodness, just
Yeah.
bringing all of this stuff, like, oh, that is just and they're wonderful memories.
They
Wonderful,
really
wonderful,
are. They
wonderful
really
memories.
are. John, one of the things I remember with John Allen, like John taught me sexiness, believe it or not. This is a man.
I
One time I was doing a
God.
particular play called Hot Molasses, and
Oh, remember
you remember that play?
yes.
I was in that play, and we were doing the part, and I was coming in, and he said, "What the heck are you doing?" He didn't say heck.
I know.
He cussed up a storm.
I know.
He cussed you out.
He could be so abrasive, but but you know what? It wasn't his spirit. His spirit came through. So it would sound abrasive, but you felt that it wasn't. It was
It was.
love. It was
That's
nothing but
right.
love. He
I
was
knew it
passionate.
was.
He was
That's
passionate.
he was
That's what he
truly
was.
passionate about it,
Yes.
and
Yes.
he allowed me to. Well, he helped me break out of that. Like maybe North Philly walk and then become more feminine look walking. Across the stage, and he told me how to walk, and he walked across the stage.
I could see it. I see
And
it.
I can see. I was like, okay.
Oh,
So,
and Val, you are bringing back so many memories for me. I can
yeah,
just see that. I mean, just see it. John Allen, Joyce Allen, Aden Relay,
yeah,
Ojo
Johnny
Allen, Garfield
Hobbs.
Randleman, Johnny
Yeah.
Hobbs, Patricia
Patricia
Hobbs.
Hobbs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh
And
my
just
goodness.
and I ran into uh Leslie.
Diane.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
the Diane, and it's two of them.
Yeah,
Diane
was it
is
Verna? Was it Diane and Verna? But I
okay.
know
Who's the
exactly who you're.
oldest one?
Yes,
I couldn't remember which one, but I
I'm
ran
with
into
you.
her
I'm with
the other
you.
day. And she's she's not too well, but she was at the
Okay.
hospital, but she's coming along really well though. She's coming.
You know what, family, you see us, you hear us. We're sitting here and we are walking down memory lane.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Val Ray right now of ValRay Productions. She came to share, well, so much with us, but here I got caught up in just that one part of her life because it was so, it was just so parallel to my own.
Yeah.
Darren, Smitty, Mr. and Mrs. Smitty, you know I love to say that, are checking in and they're sharing with everyone to have a blessed night. And Darren's talking about me. He said, "You've been shy all your life." Yes, yes, yes. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. But believe it or not, as shy as I am now, I am a whole lot less shy than I was. Than I literally, I could be standing next to you and you would not know that I was there. That's how quiet and how shy I was. Family, listen, we're going to take a short commercial break, just a short one, because we've got some things to share when we come back. So stay with us because we will be right back.
Tune into Reality Check with Tanya Pendleton every Tuesday in May at 11 a.m. for the Word on Women's Health, a weekly segment focusing on Black women's wellness. This segment is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day. Is your child stuck in a school that doesn't meet their needs? What if you had $10,000 to send them to the school of your choice? It's possible. Lawmakers are considering a program to offer kids a free scholarship to better, safer schools. If enacted, your children could each qualify for up to $10,000. But lawmakers must hear that parents like you need these scholarships. Visit LifelineScholarships.com to learn more and secure your child's future. Paid for by Commonwealth Foundation.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired me to quit smoking.
I talked to my doctors and then I threw away all my cigarettes, ashtrays, and lighters.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
I missed having a cigarette in my hand, so I'd hold a pen or a straw, anything.
Until I knew I wouldn't give in to temptation, I spent more time with my friends who didn't smoke.
I went to places that were smoke-free.
I didn't stay quit the very first time I tried.
I kept on trying, and I learned something each time.
Do whatever it takes.
No matter how many times it takes.
I quit.
I quit.
I quit.
We did it, so can you.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and CDC.
Tune in this Sunday at 2 p.m. for the Gastrology Conversation Show, providing information and understanding about your colon health with Dr. Stephen Blake.
Want to be heard on Word?
Yes, this is Miss Renee King out of Philadelphia.
Dial 215-634-8065 to join the conversation. Outside of Philly, dial 1-866-361-0900. First-time caller? Great. We would love to hear from you. Word is the voice of the African American community, so make yours heard. Please limit calls to once per day. Spread the word and tell a friend to tune in and join the conversation. We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of progressive Black talk media, WURD.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, progressive Black talk media.
I think I know what love is.
And we are back. Welcome back, family. Welcome back to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Val Ray of ValRay Productions in this hour. And she and I just walked down memory lane, okay? But
Yes,
she
we
came here
did.
to share, yes, to
Yes, it
share some things
was.
with us. So, Val, so it sounds to me since you hosted your first production as a preteen that you
Yeah.
always had an entrepreneurial spirit.
I must have. I guess that's what it was at that time because I really was excited and passionate about it. Even before that, I was in the talent shows in elementary school, I remember Linwood Brown. I mean, who would remember the first and last name of a person that was in a show and say Linwood sang "As We Stroll Along Together." I remember the song and everything. That was the fifth grade also, and it was just it was just my passion has always been singing and music. Every choir, all city. I was in all
Mhm,
city with Dr. Alafaro,
mhm,
and it's just been an exciting journey for me. Every time, I get ready to say, "Oh, I'm quitting. I'm done. I'm retiring, and
mhm,
this is too much." The heart just won't allow it. I don't want to just say the people, but
mhm,
I'm
mhm.
still empty. Like if I can't sing or be a part of the music, I don't know what I would do.
Right,
Um,
right.
I just don't. I don't have anything else to give the world except through music. You know,
Mhm.
and of course, in helping people that need help. But other than that, it's just been one wonderful journey for me. Um,
You know what? I can identify with that. I can
mm,
identify with that. And I think that's the at its core, that's a true creative. That's just a
yeah.
true creative individual. Because
Well, Carol,
so
I
let me,
I don't mean to cut you off,
no,
but
no.
I'm thinking about ValRay Productions and the production that I started back in, I guess, about 25 years ago. Um, let's see. Yeah, almost 25 years because the first one was in 2001, and that
Okay.
was at the Philadelphia Clef Club, and it was songstresses celebrating sisterhood. And I'm wondering where Carol Riddick was. What were you doing in 2001, Carol?
Val, only God knows. I don't know
were
what
you
I
were
was.
you
I,
singing? Were you
oh, I
performing?
absolutely was. I was.
Okay.
I did
Yeah,
my I
cause
did my first tour when I was 19. So yes, I've
okay.
been singing for a very long time.
Yeah, I can tell.
But
You've been, I just did. You must have been out on a tour when I was still dealing with, my Philadelphia ladies, because,
I may
we,
have. I don't
I don't
know.
know if you know the things that the shows that I've done, you know,
Well, I want you to
have,
tell our family members to please tell our family members. I'm sorry to have interjected, but I want them
that's
to
okay.
know. I want them
Yeah.
to know.
Well, one of my biggest and my most rewarding productions began in 2000. And before that, there was a big show that I did with Norman Connors, and I
Mm.
had him on a show. And at that time, it was another production where my friends and we did all the cooking. Shout out to Gail Stokes because she was my caterer, and wasn't getting paid. She was just a dear, dear friend of mine. But we did all of my friends. We all in the kitchen, and we did a big show at the Township Inn in Sharon Hill, and it was the gentleman Dennis Fortune Vincent Cruz. They were my rhythm section, and Spencer Harrison, big tall.
Oh my
Do
goodness,
you remember
Spencer.
Spencer?
Yeah, I
Oh my!
sang at his funeral. Yes, I
Oh, you
remember that.
did?
Yes, we were friends.
Oh,
Yes.
and see how close we are, Carol. Oh my
Oh my
gosh,
goodness.
it's a small world. We
So
don't didn't even know it.
we really, really. So let me ask you this. So you had this entrepreneurial spirit.
Hmm.
And you said, well, in addition to being a performer yourself, which of the two is gives you the greater love? Well, for which of the two
You
you
know
have the
what?
greater
I
love?
started to realize that I think producing is really giving me the most love because sometimes when I'm doing my shows, I get so engulfed in the people that's on my stage that I hired, and I forget to even like I'm supposed to have been doing this song or that song, but I get so excited because the people that are in my shows are so talented. I mean,
Mhm.
I had people
Yep.
on my stage like Jeannie Brooks. I don't know if you even know Jeannie Brooks. She was my Dinah Washington, and I had
Mm.
Keisha Brown, rest her soul. She was my the blues singer, and she did all kinds of things on my stage. And Barbara Walker and
Mm.
Brenda Smith and
Mhm.
Zan Gardner. I don't even know if you remember Zan
Yes,
Gardner.
I do. Yes, I
Yeah. Oh
do.
wow. Oh
Listen,
yeah.
like I was sharing with our family members, you've had some iconic shows. You've had Billy Paul, you've
Yes,
had
ma'am.
Gloria Lynn, Rochelle
Yes.
Farrell,
Yes.
Roy Ayers.
Thank you, Yanina Carter, because I forget all about. I know
You-
Yanni did.
Yes,
Yanni probably
yes,
did
he
that.
did. But you've had, I mean, just the fact that you've had at your fingertips because you've made these calls and you put these individuals in rooms.
Yeah.
That in and of
I still
itself
don't
must
know
feel
how to
so
have a
rewarding.
production, and it's ValRay Productions. But I was always doing it like nobody else could help me because I was always doing it myself and go off and get stressed and go off. But I finally now this year I said that's it. I'm not doing it alone ever again. I mean, this is just too much. I'm too old, but I can't stop. I am going to do it, but I want a team. I just just a couple of more great people like Pamela Renee. She does it. She does the same thing I do all alone.
Mhm,
We got people that help her through the process, but
mhm,
most of the time it's us doing it and moving on and making calls and hiring people and then worrying about people showing up and all the things that go along
mhm,
with
mhm, mhm.
promoting and producing and things of that nature. But yeah, I guess basically Billy Paul. Matter of fact, here's a picture. Let me see if I can show it to you. Can you see that there?
Yes, I
Billy
can. Yes,
Paul?
we can. We
Can you see
can.
Billy?
Oh my goodness, look
Yeah,
at
that's
that.
Billy Paul.
Look at that. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I
In
had.
addition to the beautiful artwork that you have that we're looking at as well,
Uh-huh.
I want to share with you one of our family members, Eric shares. Welcome, Ms. Valerie Ray. Your energy is truly a ray of sunshine. Thank you for popping in. So I wanted
Well,
to share that with you.
now, you said a ray of sunshine? That's my email.
No, I did not know that. I did not know. Wait,
Bob
Joey
Perkins.
Dixon shares peace word, team. Val Ray, one love and jazz to you. Okay, so Val, I'm looking at the time and I
Okay.
don't want to have to say, oh my goodness,
Oh
time's
yeah,
up.
we didn't even talk
Please,
about Mother's Day.
yes, yes,
We got to
yes,
get that. Okay.
yes. We
Yes.
got to
Let me.
tell
Let me.
we have got to tell the family about your newest endeavor, this most recent endeavor. So
Okay,
please
let's
share.
do it. Okay, May 12th, that's Sunday, May the 12th, Mother's Day brunch
Mhm.
extravaganza. All the Queen's men. I use that. Usually I call it the Knights, Knights, the Knights of the Queen's Crooners. But I just kind of liked it because the TV show, just because it says all the Queen's men. And these guys are all the Queen's men, and I'm the Queen. And so I have a gentleman by the name of Master T, the Master T. He's going to be paying some really good homage uh, to my God, Barry White. So we call it the
Mhm.
Barry White Experience. We have Sim Streeter. He's going to be doing Marvin Gaye. We
Mhm.
have Showtime. He's going to be
Mhm.
doing Cisco, from Drew Hill. He's going to be
Mhm.
doing that. And then we have Dwight Soulman Smith. Dwight Soulman is my host in part. He's going to be hosting with me. I don't know what Dwight might do. I don't know if anybody knows. Dwight, Dwight just had to keep him calm because Dwight was, he can do whatever he wants because he's quite entertaining, even just talking, So I told him, I said, Dwight, we don't have no rehearsal for you, but hey, bring your track, baby. You can just sing with one track for me. I don't care,
I know
but
that.
it's going to be, and then I have to mention, the last time I was on, I didn't mention Rich Tucker is on guitar, Ron Bass is on sax, Kurt Abernathy is on piano, and bass is Jermaine Childs. And my
Mm.
cousin, my drummer was Tim Hudson, but now it's not. So I'm unfortunately I can't share the name with you. But
Okay.
of course, we're make sure he gets his props when I do get it again, because he's new to me.
Absolutely.
But it's going to be, May the 12th. It's going to be a brunch. So we're going to have great food, lots of entertainment. We're going to be giving away prize for the oldest mother, and of course, if you'd like, or I would like, if they can. First of all, let me let them know if they're interested. They can call my number 267-979. 3940. Again, 267-979-3940. And if anybody wants to get any free tickets on behalf of WRD, WRD, yeah, I sound like Mr. Chef Boyardee, WRD, feel free to call my phone, but not now. Please don't call my phone now. I'm using it. So, but I mean, later on, I don't know if you prefer them calling you or if they call me and get a couple tickets, on behalf of, as being a listener, a
Well,
couple of
no,
free
they could call
tickets.
you, Val. They call you.
Okay.
I'll be working myself. They can
Okay.
call you.
Okay, well,
They
they
can-
can call me for, a ticket after the interview. Please do not call before this interview is over. 267-979-3940. And all they have to do is mention that they were listening to WURD and Carol Reddick, Love and Life.
I love it. So wait. Where will the event
Oh,
take
goodness
place?
gracious. Thank you so much, dear. It's going to be at Germantown Social, 220 Shelton Avenue. And if for all the Philadelphia folks, it's formerly Temptations. So if anybody has ever been to Temptations Event Hall, it's the same location as Temptations Event Hall. So 220 Shelton Avenue.
I
So,
love
we're looking forward to it's from 2 until 7 or 2 to 6 really, and the doors open at 1:30. And I just want the folks to come on out and just have a great time and call for your tickets if you're interested. I'm telling you, we're going to have a funky good time.
I know that's what. Well, first of all, it doesn't get any better. It does not get any better. Showtime?
Yeah, Showtime isn't it? I love him.
Oh my goodness, that's my
Yes.
brother. That is my
Yeah.
brother. I
Okay.
love me some Showtime.
Yeah.
And Rich Tucker. I've
And
known
Rich Tucker,
Rich.
he's a humble,
Yes,
great guy. He's also my music director for this particular production. So and he's just a great guy.
he
He's always,
is.
so he's always doing some nice things for everybody. He wants to help the world, and
He
save the
does.
world. But, hey, we all do as artists, If you
Listen,
can't have no music, music is my life. I got to keep on dancing,
come
And,
on, come on. That's
yes.
what I say. So Val, I want to know. I'm so curious to know because we've identified you have this entrepreneurial spirit. What is it that you get most out of what do you love most about you know what you're able to do about
I,
producing?
I, I, I get I get joy out of seeing my audience enjoy the people that's on that stage. I get
Mhm.
joy. Sometimes I have people that just that tell me, Val, these people don't know that I know you and how I know you, and they say things like, "Oh, this was a great show," or "That lady is this," or "That lady is that." They say positive things, and so it delights me when the people are really excited about my production, and I get most of my joy out of their joy, and
Mm.
to quickly mention what I was trying to say is that the songstress celebrating sisterhood was me wanting to get the women in the city to be more together as opposed to competitive.
Mhm,
So
mhm,
I put them all together, and I'm telling you, they will sing for nothing for me at this particular stage. I mean, not I wouldn't
mhm,
want to not pay them, but they have because
mhm.
they know what my purpose was. And Sherry Wilson Butler, she did a lot of my writing for me, and
I'll
she
be
did my
loving.
mission statement when I was doing my books, and it was all about empowering us as
Wait,
women to support each other.
did you say about your book?
Well, no, not a right. No, a book that back then it
Oh,
was a
okay.
book that I had. It was a souvenir book,
Oh,
and
oh,
yeah,
okay.
it was a
Okay.
souvenir book. That's
I
all.
was
Just
about
a
to
souvenir.
say, Val, wait a minute now. Wait a
No, I didn't
minute.
write a book. I wish
Wait
I
a
could.
minute. You
I
probably can.
I could
Listen,
write a book, boy. Oh boy, so much stuff might be in my book. I don't know.
listen. I mean, all of the years of experience, the
Yeah.
experiences. that you have
Yeah.
in this, that you've had in this industry. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I had
I'm
the
sure you.
opportunity to go to Brazil, because of Zanzibar Blue. My performance at Zanzibar Blue have allowed me to get picked off the stage and chosen to go to Bahia.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
and it
mm,
was a
mm.
wonderful, wonderful trip. I thought I was Nancy Wilson at that time.
This.
Yes, I
Ooh,
thought
listen, I'm not
I was
mad at
I
that.
was
I'm
using
not
listen,
mad
I
at
was
that.
using I was using the phone in my room, acting like I was Nancy Wilson until they told me that the bill was $800 at the end of the week. And I was like, well, can I send you a check when I get back? I couldn't believe it. All the men used their brain and went and used the calling card.
Oh
But I'm
my
a diva.
goodness.
I'm calling my child from my phone, and then when the it was $800. It wasn't $800 when I was calling from the United States to Brazil. So
Oh
why
my
is it so
goodness.
much money? I didn't expect that. The hotel, the fees, it all
Oh,
added up to $800. I had to pay that before I
Val,
could get on that plane.
I just love you. You are hilarious. Listen, sit tight, family. Welcome, welcome, welcome. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. We are talking with Valerie of ValRay Productions. She's hosting a Mother's Day brunch on May 12th. We are going to take a short commercial break, but when we come back, Val is going to give us the details again before she leaves us. So, family, stay with us because we will be right back.
Hey WRD family, I'm Eric. And I'm Kai. And this is Unpacking, a weekly pop culture and wellness show from a Black queer perspective.
Here we're going to be sharing stories, spilling tea, and unpacking the issues that matter most to our community.
Tune in every Saturday night from 10 to midnight here on 96.1 FM or 900 AM.
Unpack with us while you unwind from your day and get dressed to head down to the bar.
Either way, come on y'all, and let's unpack.
Tune in to Unpacking, Saturdays at 10 p.m. only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
The Mother's Day Music Festival 2024, starring Kim, May 11th, 7 p.m. in Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall. It's Kim with special guest SWV. Also on the show, it's Silk. And there's more with Drew Hill. The Mother's Day Music Festival 2024. Get tickets at Ticketmaster, Philadelphia Hair Company, and OP Productions in Delaware.
Until people come before profit. Until all energy is clean. Until the wild is truly free. Earth Justice will never rest. Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the planet and its people for nearly 50 years. Earth Justice has 150 full-time lawyers fighting in court for our planet's future and representing all clients free of charge. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. Until justice stands for all, Earth Justice will never rest. If you share our restless spirit and want to commit to fighting for a just and equitable future for everyone, go to earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
Want the latest in word swag? Check out the shop tab on wordradio.com. Hoodies, tees, and more in a variety of colors. It's the shop tab on wordradio.com. You can look good and show the world that you're all about Black Talk Media.
No, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Welcome back, family. We are back. Welcome to Love and Life with Carol Riddick, right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media, on air and online at wordradio.com. We are talking with the one and the only Val Ray of ValRay
Okay.
Productions. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
And before
It's,
the commercial break, Val was sharing with us that she is
mm,
hosting a Mother's Day brunch on May
yeah.
12th, this coming weekend. I love it. Now, is this the first Mother's Day brunch that you're hosting, Val?
No, I used to give several brunches. Well, I won't say they were brunches. I was always, every time I did a show at the Clef Club, I gave food. And
Okay.
everybody always said, Val, you give too much. You hire too many people and you don't end up making any money. And you don't do this and you don't do that. So I always had a Mother's Day event at the Clef Club and I had
Ah,
food there and it was always sold out. I mean, literally to the point where they were outside the door. So it was really a great time during the time when I first started my songstress
yeah.
celebrating sisterhood. So no, it wasn't a brunch. It was an evening event on a Saturday evening, but I always had food. But this is the first brunch where from like in the afternoon that I'm hosting, and it's unfortunately I told the time with regards to the cost of post pandemic food costs.
Mhm, mhm,
The
mhm, mhm.
prices of everything is going up so
Yeah.
daggone high.
Life,
So
life, everything in
yeah,
life.
right.
It's just crazy.
Yeah,
So what I'm really wondering, Val, because you shared with us about your relationship with your mother, and I'm sorry, I just wanted to pivot really quickly, but
yeah.
you shared with us about your relationship with your mother, and it sounds to me like you two were very close, and you said she was a huge supporter of your creativity and of your talent and all. Is is this the reason that your Mother's Day brunch?
Well, the
Here's
reason
a
is because of my mother's encouragement through entertainment, and that's
Mhm.
what she encouraged me to do all my life. The little brief time that I was with her, and she was just there and good for me. I want people to really embrace their mother and knowing that they're so if they have their mother, to love their mother, to
Mhm,
to
mhm,
don't wait really until Mother's Day to
mhm.
show her the love that you have for her. Just be there. I have a son, and these kids sometimes they don't give you what you want as far as the love and respect in our mind. I know my son truly loves me, but
Sure,
he's a
sure.
young he's like texting me now. I'm off now and telling me about his problem. I'm just like, get off the phone. But anyway, so I just I'm just saying that people, please remember you only have one, and we
Mhm,
don't have, and it doesn't have to be your biological mother.
mhm.
Please remember, please know that it doesn't have to be a biological mother. It could be a very dear friend, an aunt, someone. And because I did have someone that was in my life who did move into my life after I had my son, and
Sure.
she was like my mom, because we called her Nana, and so she was and I ended up leaving my job temporarily for family leave to take care of her through the process
Mhm.
of her cancer. So I did have another extended family member such as her.
I can
So
understand that. But Val, I'm looking at the time.
okay,
I could
dear.
talk to you. I could talk to you all night, but I
Yeah,
want to
I
make
didn't
sure
realize.
our family. No, no, no. Listen, I'm all right with it, but I want to make
I
sure our
understand.
family is well aware of the upcoming event. You shared with us that the event will take place from 2 until 6.
That's correct.
Doors will open at 1:30 p.m. It will take
Hmm.
place on May 12th at Germantown Social.
That's right. That's
Is
right.
that
And
correct? And
that's
I
correct.
do not have the address. What is the exact address of
It's
that?
two again. It's 220 Shelton Avenue. Um, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, of course. And if they want any more information, of course, please call me after this interview at 267-979-3940. The room is filling up and the tickets are starting to move more than they were the whole 2 months I was promoting it. But
Well, I love it.
your cousins, they wait to the last minute.
Listen, I
Our
love it. As
cousins.
long as they move, I love it.
That's right.
I love it. I don't care when
Absolutely.
they move. I love it. And I
Absolutely.
wanted to tell you because I love your head wrap.
Oh,
I've been
thank you.
admiring it the entire time I'm looking at you. I love your head wrap. So I do
Oh,
also
thank
want to
you.
share with you that Jan popped into the room. Jan shares Val has been bringing joy to everyone and bringing various artists to the stage, and she loves it. Congrats, Val, on your show. So I
Oh, I
want to
thank
share
you.
that.
Well, thank you very much. But let me just do one quick thing, and that's give a shout out to David Barnes, to Yanina Carter, to
That was Jan.
Aquila Jamal, your producer, and who am I missing? Andrea, okay? And now Carol Riddick. Thank you, WURD.
It has been a pleasure, Val. I hope to see you soon.
I really do hope so too. I'm gonna catch you when you get back up there on that stage again.
That
Thank you
sounds
so
like a
much,
plan.
Carol.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Val.
dear.
We'll see you
All right.
soon. Okay.
Thank you. And then folks
Bye-bye.
can call. Now you
Yeah.
can call me and get a complimentary ticket. Third caller. Bye.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Y'all hear that, family? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Val shared her number and it's 267-979-3940. I love it. Joey, thank you so much. He posted the address, which is 220 West Shelton Avenue. That's Germantown Social. It's a Mother's Day brunch. We've been talking about celebrating our mothers and our mother figures. And how about just celebrating Mother's Day, period? You know, I'm an advocate of that. You know I am. You know I am. In any event, family, here we are spending some time together. It is Thursday, May 9th. You are tuned in to Love and Life with yours truly, Carol Riddick, right here on WURD. I want to know what kind of plans have you all made thus far? If you already have plans, for those of you that have plans, I know some people tell me, well, we usually do this or we usually do that, or I normally what have you. What do you normally do? What do you normally do? Tell me, tell me, tell me. I want to know. I want to know. Y'all know I want to know because I'm living vicariously through you these days on this holiday. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I will share with you. Today is Thursday. So, in our second hour tonight, you know who's coming. You know who is coming to join us. The one and only Dr. Zenida Driver, because it is Thursday with Dr. Z. Yes, 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 yes. I get excited. I get excited when Dr. Z comes to visit us because we always have something to talk about, something. And there is no doubt in my mind that she has brought a topic with her tonight that will be of interest to everybody. Doesn't she always? Doesn't she always? I just love it. Come on, family. Tell me, what do you do? What do you typically do to celebrate Mother's Day? Do you cook for mom? Do you take her out to dinner? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? In the meantime, more of our love lights are checking in. Miss Lily, hi there. She is sending love to everybody, and I love it. We send it right back to you as well. Joey, thank you once again for providing the address to Germantown Social. How many of you are looking for something to do? Well, you don't have to look anymore now since Val just came and shared the event. But how many of you were looking for something to do prior to tonight? How many of you were saying, I want to do something different? I want to do something different this year. I don't know. Nick, what are you going to do for your mother this Mother's Day?
Oh, hey, Carol, I was hoping you weren't going to ask me.
No.
No, it's my mom lives in Atlanta.
Okay.
And so I always find it very difficult, whether it's her birthday or it's Mother's Day, I always find it very difficult to do something for her. But usually, since I'm not physically there, I'll either send her a gift with a note attached, or I'll just send her a note where I kind of reflect on our relationship. And, I let her know that I love her and I appreciate all the things that she's done for me. And that, I'm sorry for being such a pain in the neck when I was a kid. Man, I see what she was talking about. I used to not get it. I get it now. I'm like, oh my goodness, what was I doing?
Were you a bad kid? You weren't bad, Nick. I know you weren't bad.
I wasn't bad, but I just didn't listen. I wasn't like going around beating people up, but would tell you to do something, I would just be like, put my feet on the desk. I don't know. I used to give my mom a headache, man. It was bad.
Nick, I'm going to beat you with a wet noodle. You know, I was just in Atlanta all of the last weekend. I was in Atlanta.
Word?
Yeah, word. I was just there. I could have brought mom her gift.
Let me ask you something. Was it hot? Was it like unbearable down there?
It wasn't. It was beautiful. It wasn't unbearable. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. It was 80.
Yep.
No, it was beautiful.
Last time I was down there was in the Christmas time, and I was like, man, I shouldn't have bought a hoodie, man. This was, it wasn't. It was, the weather's so interesting down there. It gets colder than you think, but it's not going to snow or anything like that.
Well, you know what? I will say the entire time I was there, it was warm every single day, for which I am grateful. I'm not complaining. It was just beautiful. It was really beautiful. And I know what you're talking about, because the weather, it kind of switches up. It has a tendency to switch up like that when you're in Atlanta. But it didn't this time. It surprised me, and I was prepared for it all. I was prepared for all of it. But
that's awesome. But you know what? That's a great idea that you brought up. I've never cooked for my mother, but the last time I was down there, I helped her to make dinner, and she was very surprised because I think she just assumed that I eat like dog food or something. But I helped my mom cook, and she was legitimately like impressed that I knew how to do this and do. I'm like, Mom, I'm a grown man. I gotta know how to cook. So I would love to cook something for my mom one of these days. That'd be very cool.
Hey, I love it. I love that. Yeah, Nick, come on, you gotta go. Oh, okay, we're getting you to Atlanta so you can go cook for your mom. That's it. Family, hey there. I still want to know what you're doing. I want to know what you are doing with and for mom, or in memory of mom. How about that? In memory as well, because some of us, I'm trying to start traditions in memory of. But at this time, in this moment, it's time for us to take a short commercial break. But the phone lines are open. You can always call just to say hello. Or to show us some love. Nick and I love any way you care to share it. Or you can continue to comment on your socials. We'll take the love there too. Either way, stay with us, because when we come back, we've got Thursdays with Dr. Z. So stay with us, because we will be right back.
It's the WURD Hot 60. Hot 60. Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed this week on The Source.
When you work with integrity, it's less about the money and more about the achievement, more about the access to making sure that people have a better life. That's what it is about. So I tell people all the time, at this stage in my life, you want me to come speak? Don't ask me to do it for free. Please don't. As people that live here in this city and beyond, especially when you ask Black people to come and do things, don't assume they're going to do it for free. It is disrespectful, and it's insulting. We have to get to a place where we build authentic relationships and stop holding grudges because she said something that I didn't like. Be a leader. Suck it up and say, maybe there's some truth to what they've said to me, and maybe I need to look at myself and be introspective, but don't turn around and be petty, because that pettiness is going to get caught up with you. I promise you. Man, cut it out. You have one life. Time is something you cannot buy. It's something you cannot get back. So take what time you have to do what you need to do to get where you need to go to. That's all I'm going to say.
And that's the hottest 60 seconds this week on The Source on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Are you wet shaving? You'll get razor bumps.
Nah, Pops, I'm good with Gillette Skin Guard. How long you been growing that beard Mama hates anyway?
Since 77. I shaved and got ingrown so bad.
That's why I use the Gillette Skin Guard razor, face scrub, shave gel, and moisturizer. So I don't have to worry about new razor bumps or shaving irritation.
Gillette Skin Guard, huh? Your mama's gonna love this one.
The best a man can get keeps getting better with Gillette Skin Guard. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Children's Hospital of Philadelphia applies its expertise beyond its hospital walls to strengthen the health and well-being of children and families in the region. Through its supplier diversity program, CHOP collaborates with local entrepreneurs that mirror the diversity of its employees, patient families, and the communities it serves every day. CHOP has tripled the amount it spends with diversity companies in just 3 years and plans for future growth and more opportunities for diverse business owners. Hear how participants in CHOP's Supplier Diversity Program help deliver breakthroughs every day at community.chop.edu.
Being blind doesn't always look how others may think. Stargardt disease was supposed to define me.
Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down.
A blinding eye disease attempted to force me away from doing what I was born to do.
But it cannot stop me. I have the tools.
I will keep moving forward.
Pushing past the limits of this disability.
I know where to find support and where I can be seen.
Loss of sight won't blind our vision. Innovative research, educational resources, supportive community. The Foundation Fighting Blindness is leading the charge in finding treatments and cures for blinding diseases. Learn more at fightingblindness.org. A public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
Tune in this Saturday at 3 p.m. for Let's Talk Safety with the Philadelphia Fire Department. Learn about fire prevention and emergency preparedness. Join the conversation exclusively on Word Radio, Black Talk Media.
Stand with Word Radio as we continue to provide dynamic, progressive programming to inform and empower our people. We're living in unprecedented times, and we must stand together to protect and preserve Black Talk Media. Become a Forward member with the annual membership price of just $90 or a digital member starting at just $5 per month. If you're already a Forward member, sign up, family member, or friend to help us continue making history. Start or renew your Forward membership today. Visit wordradio.com/forward or wordradio.com/membership. Celebrating Black excellence worldwide and bringing joy and power to the people. This is WURD 900 AM and 96.1 FM, Philadelphia. Streaming online on wordradio.com and the Word Radio app.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
And we are back. Welcome back to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. Here it is, Thursday, May 9th. You know what that means because it's Thursday. It is now time for ThurZdayZ with Dr. Z. Dr. Z is none other than Dr. Zenida Driver, who is the Executive Director of Sunrise Community of Pennsylvania. She is a lifelong student of human behavior and social interaction with well over 15 years of experience in the field of human services. And she currently serves as an adjunct professor for several esteemed universities. Family, I welcome you to the conversation with Dr. Z. Hey, Dr. Z. Oh, wait, you're muted. Wait.
How are you?
And well, thank you. Ooh, you're all bright today. I love it.
Oh, yes, it's the ring light. It's the ring light.
Well, it's working. It's doing its job.
working.
It's doing its job. How are you today?
I'm good, Carol. How are you?
I will not complain. You know, I'm always looking forward to our conversations. I don't know if you heard that. I was, I get so excited.
Because you never know what we're going to talk about, Carol.
You never know.
Except for when you throw in curveballs.
And I do apologize. I do.
No, they're good. They're good.
So what have we today?
So, as you know, when we had our conversation about relationships before, it was a trending topic, right? Yes. The comments were trending. We were trending. I remember you told me. So we're going to continue to talk about relationships. But today we're going to put a spin on it. I think that conversation, we talked about finances in a relationship. Today, we're going to talk about how important are the small things in relationships.
Okay.
Is it important? Is it not important? Do we like grandiose gestures? Do we need a combination of both? We're going to dive into that conversation today.
Okay. I feel that I typically go off on a tangent. So I'm going to fall back.
No, I love your tangents. I love your tangents. It gets the conversation buzzing.
I tend to, run to the deep end as soon as you say the topic. So, okay. So today we're talking about the little things. Okay. All right. So I guess that's the first question of the night. Family, in relationships, in your romantic relationships, do you prefer more of the little things, or do you prefer more grandiose gestures, or a good combination of the two? That's what you said, right, Dr. Z? Okay. All right, I will go first. I will take this.
Okay. Did you get a video? Do you have a video?
I do have a video. See, I did not say I was going to fall back, and I did not do that.
No, we can talk, but I think the video has set the tone for the rest of our conversation.
Well, then the video it is. Let's go to the video. Let's go.
Then what she means by it's the principle. Let me tell you a story, a situation that actually happened to me. So it was her time of the month. She was in an emotional headspace, rightfully so. She had a very long day. I think she had some car trouble. Her day was already not going well. I'm sitting there playing the game. I done ate. I'm laughing, joking. I'm kicking. It is going great. She walks up to me and she was like, "Hey, I'm about to go get in the shower. Do you mind running out and going to get me a Pepsi?" So I said, "Yes, I'll run out and go get you a Pepsi." She gets in the shower. I finish my game. That led to 2 games. That led to 3 games. 45 minutes later, she come back out and said, "Hey, where's the Pepsi?" I'm sitting there looking stupid, empty-handed. So she runs off, throws her temper tantrum. I run out. I go to the store. I get a 12-pack of Pepsis. I pull back up. I'm thinking problem solved. You wanted 1 Pepsi. I pulled up with 12 of them, right? She didn't accept them. She didn't want them. And she ain't me for 2 days. So after that was over with, we talked about it. And this is what I uncovered from it. It wasn't about the Pepsis. It was the principle. And the principle was, in her most emotional and vulnerable state, I did not show up for her the first time. And that's where I made the mistake. And anybody that thinks that's a little thing, it's only a little thing if you don't love her urgently. And if you don't take her serious, because if you do take her serious, you would have got your out there and got them Pepsis. You feel what I'm saying? And I put myself in that situation. And that also lost me a little bit of credibility of being her provider. It's always the little things. So don't think that it's the grand gestures and it's the big ass mistakes that'll lead to a woman resenting you. It's little things and not taking them serious enough to act on them.
And there we have it. I'm following you.
No, let's dive into it and have a conversation. What's your thoughts on the video? Do you think that was a little extreme? Does he make a good point? What do you think?
I think he makes a great point. I do. And I mean, he did say that she was extremely vulnerable and sensitive, and he understood that and the reason why. So I get that too, because that's valid. That is so valid. And not just because she was menstruating. That could be, any one of us at any given time. That could be any woman at any given time, given, whatever's going on in our lives. And just having that extra bit of care, or understanding, that goes a long way. That goes a long way. So he had a valid point. I feel like everything he said was valid. It was really valid.
I agree. And I think the piece probably for the female involved was he continued to play the game after she stated how she felt, which means you wasn't being attuned to her needs in that moment. And that's probably what may have triggered her to get upset. 2 days, it was, I'm not sure about that, but to each his own. But I think that for her, it may have felt like you put something else before me in my vulnerable state. So I agree. And then sometimes I think we give grace, right? Because
absolutely.
In that moment, he didn't know how severe her symptoms were. And maybe he didn't think into it as much as he should have. Now he did. He learned and got what I like to call a hard reset. Hopefully he won't do it again next month, right? When that happens, hopefully he has the Pepsi and the soda for her before it starts. But I think from that hard reset, he now understands why that's important to her.
A hard reset. I'm going to have to put that in my pocket. Thank you, Dr. Z. A hard reset. But yeah, I mean, I've been in that position where I was in a vulnerable state, and it was my significant other, and I'd ask him to do something. And I've been there, so I understand. I can relate to what she was feeling, and in my experience, when that happened, he did the same thing. He was watching a basketball game. So, and then he watched another game, but he was watching reruns. So let me just say, he was watching reruns. Put it there, because he was really into basketball, which is good, fine and well. But in any event, I was in pain. So it's like, please help me. So yeah, I understand that, because I was hurt. I was hurt.
And I think for the Pepsi, as he said, it wasn't about the Pepsi. It's are you paying attention to me? Are you noticing what I'm going through? It's always we call it the meta message. There's always a message beyond the message. So that underlying message for her was, see me, hear me, I need you. And in that moment, she felt unheard, she felt unseen, and the game took precedent for him. But I do feel like sometimes, the women probably get ready to get me, but sometimes we can be a little extreme, right? He ran out the door and got the Pepsi, right? He went and got it and came back with a 12-pack. Now, yes, he messed up in that moment, so he needed a reset. It wasn't a hard reset. She gave him a hard reset when she did 48 hours. In that moment, she gave him a reset, and he ran to the store and got it. So in that moment, I do feel like, okay, maybe we come down a little bit. We acknowledge how that made you feel. And we talk about in that moment why it's important not to do it again. What do I need from you in this moment when I'm going through this? Because I think sometimes we do a disservice to each other in relationships when we expect them to know what we need in the moment. If Pepsi in a chocolate bar is what you need, set him up for success. Let him know that in advance. Now, if I let you know that in advance, I tell you that's what I need, and you ignore it, then that's a different conversation.
Exactly. But you know what I did get from the way he relayed how everything played out was that they talked about it, that she didn't come at him. And I think that plays a part too. She didn't talk at him. She talked to him to explain what was going on. And I think that helped with, that played a part in the reason that he was able to understand and to get it. Because he led with, look, it was a hard day. She had this and this and this. He already had a level of understanding there.
I agree.
So that played a part as well. Okay, so Malcolm, what is Malcolm saying? Malcolm says, I see her point. Okay. And then he shares, as men, that time of the month, we might not think about that. Yeah, I'm sure y'all don't. And our love light Joanne shares, I think she also has to be responsible for how she feels as well. Her emotional state probably was a little more exacerbated. I agree with that too. And he shares, well, the brother did what he could, coming back with the 12
with the 12-pack. He tried, in his mind, he was coming back with the 12-pack. He probably should have came back with a 12-pack and some candy or something else, but he did what he could.
He did what he could. He did. You're right, Malcolm. You are right. He did. I hope, well, no, she was mad about it. Now, I feel like she may have been a little extreme in her reaction then. But
and if we're honest, ladies, sometimes I think, who said it? Joanne said it. Sometimes we do, it is a tough time. It is a tough week for us. However, sometimes we can be overly emotional. And sometimes from men, I hear from men, it's hard for them to understand what we need in that moment. And fellas, feel free to join in if you like. But it's hard for them to understand what we need, because whether we're in pain, whether we got migraines, whether we're just grouchy, whether we are just feeling overwhelmed, it's a lot of emotions that come up for us. And we just talking about menstrual cycles. That's not count menopause and all the other things we go through as women as well.
We go through a lot.
We do. We do. We do. You might as well just go get a lifetime supply of Pepsi and keep it in the basement.
Okay. Okay. OMG. But you know what I do? I applaud him. He sounds like well, like a level-headed individual. He sounds like he's really in tune with his own emotions. Like he thought about it, he processed it. He actually heard her. He listened, he saw her, and he went to take a corrective measure. I mean, he gets a lot of points. You know, he definitely gets a lot from what I saw. He gets a lot of points.
And I think that small gesture, you know, we're referring to it from the male to the female, but it actually goes both ways because being attuned to your partner being attuned to you is so important for the everyday small gestures. Me personally, I'm a mixture of both. Let me just be honest. I like a little grandiose and I like a little small gesture here and there. Well, I like a small gesture every day if we can, right? But if I can be honest, however, I take a grandiose gesture at least once a month, whatever that may be, you know? So, but I do think that sometimes, you know, we don't remember how important the small things are and we don't pay attention to the small things in relationships or when we're dating because we're looking for that bigger gesture. But sometimes the research shows us it's the small things that adds up. It's the small things that make us feel loved. It makes us feel connected. It makes us feel closer to our partner when we do the small things.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. I like a good mixture of the two, but I prefer the small gestures more. I need more of the small gestures.
You need one small gesture a day?
Well, no. I mean more than the grandiose. Like I can take the grandiose, you know, it doesn't have to be that often for the grandiose gesture, but the small gestures are what mean the most to me. I'm that, yeah.
I think that attunement piece of just being attuned, knowing what they need, knowing what's going on with them. How can I step in a small way in this moment to make my partner feel better, feel good? Yeah. You know, I often think about my parents. They have this thing where my mom comes home late at night. She gets off work at 7. She gets home by 8, and my dad will not eat until we can eat. The children can eat if we're there. The dog can eat. Everybody can eat. He will not eat until she sits down at the table. And they are like the small gestures that have meaning because it becomes something that she looks forward to every time that she comes home from work. And we don't think about that. But it is a small gesture that has a lot of meaning and a lot of value.
Yeah, but see, that's what I mean. Something like that. That would mean the world to me because of the consideration. Just you know, thinking of me. So yeah, that would mean so much to me. Family, hey there. You already know where I am going with this. You know, I am asking you what you think and how you feel. I always want to know. I always do. Always, always, always. And tonight is no different. We're talking with Dr. Z because it's Thursday. That's what we do on Thursdays. We talk to Dr. Z. So let us know because we both want to know, do you prefer the small gestures as opposed to the grandiose efforts? Or do you prefer a good mix of the two? And look, now y'all know we tell you every single time, there is no judgment here. We all like what we like. We like what we like. That's just the bottom line. We like what we like. So feel free to call us. You can do that by dialing 215-634-8065. Or you can even call us toll free at 1-866-361-0900. We want to know. Nick, you know I'm coming your way. You already know I'm knocking at your door. Nick. Nick's going to run away from me at one point. I know he is. But I'm coming to you. I know. What do you like, Nick? What do you like? What do you prefer?
Hey, Dr. Z. Hey, Carol. We were talking about the gestures?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think I don't even know how to classify grandiose really. So I got to see the small stuff because the small stuff is that's the stuff that you're going to miss when that person isn't there. You know, I once a month, I guess it's a good amount of time to do like a big grandiose gesture. And if it's good enough, you probably really won't be forgetting it. But yeah, it's a lot of that little stuff, and that's stuff that you just kind of appreciate about somebody, and it's stuff that you usually won't find with somebody else. So it's stuff that you end up really appreciating. But I have to say, I thought the guy in the video, he was doing a really good job of keeping his woman. There's a lot of guys who make mistakes like that, and they go, I don't know what her deal is. And that's just how it is. And you know,
Agreed.
It's kind of funny because sometimes you know, I'll have male friends that'll ask me about like things like that, or go, I don't know why this girl's getting upset at me about this or that. And I go, well, what did she say? And he goes, they said this. I go, well, I think that's it. That's all you whatever she said is the problem, then that's the problem. And you just, you know, you correct it. In a situation like that where, you know, somebody asked you to do something and you didn't do it. It's like, I mean, I'm on the woman's side. It's like you said you were going to do something, so I expected you to do it, then you didn't do it, and now, you know, I'm just saying, hey, look, if that was me and he brought back a bunch of Pepsi, I'd be like, all right, we're cool, you know, for now.
Right.
But next time,
that was the hard reset. That was the hard reset.
Yeah,
He should know next month have the Pepsi already in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, download the app so you know when it's coming, so you can already have the Pepsi there.
Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so, Nick. Okay, so you know, I have to ask because you're the testosterone that I have to call on, and with whom I can speak. Yes, I know, with whom I can speak. So, what as it pertains to your own love language, are you the grandiose gesture type of guy, or do you do the small things more?
I guess I'm more small stuff kind of guy, because that's the stuff that is it's easier for me to remember. It's hard to be big and grandiose, and sometimes it really depends on what your financial situation is looking like. And I'm not out here flexing a whole lot of cash, so I can't do big grandiose stuff. But the small stuff, it's kind of hard for me to forget, because that small stuff is kind of what makes up a person and a relationship. So I always keep that stuff in the back of my mind. That's definitely what I focus on and look for.
Okay.
And you know, as I'm hearing Nick talking too, Carol, it makes me also think about what's small to someone else, and what's grandiose to someone else is totally like different, right? Because for me, even as I heard Nick say, oh, it depends on the financial situation with the person. But I'm just thinking a picnic in the park is a grandiose gesture that could be not really expensive. But in my mind, that would be grandiose. So for someone else, I think the measurement is based on where that person is and what they define as grandiose and what they define as small.
And I think that's a good point. And I have to ask you two ladies, where do you rank flowers? Is that a grandiose thing or is that a small thing?
Flowers. Well, you know what? On to that point, because we're going to take a commercial break. We're going to both think about this and during that time. And when we come back, Dr. Z and I will both give our answers. How about that? Stay with us because we'll be right back.
Tune in to Afro Unity Beats Sundays at 5 p.m. hosted by Brother Shamari, David Barnes, and Patrick Atsadu. Afro Unity Beats features contemporary Afrobeat melded with the traditional African, Caribbean, and Black-rooted musical forms from around the diaspora. Check out weekly artists from different parts of the diaspora discussing the latest sounds from their part of the world and the history of their musical origins. That's Afro Unity Beats every Sunday, except the fourth Sunday at 5 p.m. only on WURD. Progressive Black Talk Media.
What if you had $10,000 to send your child to a better, safer school? Right now, lawmakers are considering a program that would offer free scholarships to kids trapped in underperforming, unsafe schools. Your kids could each be eligible for up to $10,000 to attend the school of your choice. But lawmakers must hear that parents like you need these scholarships. Visit LifelineForSchools.com to learn more. Your child's future is waiting. Paid for by Commonwealth Foundation.
Family Therapy Vignette Moments with Dr. Lucille Ijoy. It's the month of May. I have a question. Come on now, take note. Did you register to vote during the primary? I say, did you register to vote? If you did, stand with the crowd. Yes, I voted, and I will say it loud. You don't have to fret. Just take a deep breath. June, July, August, September. Watch it now. In a minute, it's going to be November. I say, watch it and remember, it's going to be November. Oh, the summertime will fool you. This you must remember. October, November. It's time to take note. Tuesday, November the 5th. It's time to vote. I say Tuesday, November the 5th. It's time to vote. This is Dr. Lucille Ijo, and say it with me. Tuesday, November the 5th. It's time to vote.
Hey WRD family, I'm Eric.
And I'm Kai.
And this is Unpacking, a weekly pop culture and wellness show from a Black queer perspective.
Here we're going to be sharing stories, spilling tea, and unpacking the issues that matter most to our community.
Tune in every Saturday night from 10 to midnight here on 96.1 FM or 900 AM.
Unpack with us while you unwind from your day or get dressed to head down to the bar.
Either way, come on y'all, and let's unpack.
Tune into Unpacking, Saturdays at 10 p.m. only on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. We're celebrating Black influence and Black excellence worldwide on the home of Progressive Black Talk Media, WURD.
What is love?
You're listening to Love and Life on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
I think I know what love is.
Hey there, family. Welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. We are talking with Dr. Zenida Driver because that's what we do on Thursdays. In our second hour, we have Thursdays with Dr. Z. And she has not disappointed because she never does. She brought this topic talking about relationships, and Nick joined the conversation and he said, okay, well, I have a question for the two of you. Okay. So, flowers. The question was, do we believe flowers to be a grandiose gesture?
I'll let you go first, Carol.
Okay. All right. I was going to say flowers they could be both a small or a grandiose gesture. I love flowers. Love flowers. So if you're talking about as it pertains to, if you're measuring it by money, then ShopRite flowers would be a small gesture, but the florist that I love would be a grandiose gesture. the one that
That's why I let you go first, Carol.
The one, no, but I would appreciate the gesture either way because I love flowers. I don't care if you pick a dandelion. I love flowers. I do. So it just depends because the flowers could be either a small or a grandiose gesture. Now, if this young man, from the video, if he just so happened to pick some up with the Pepsi that he got, I would say that was a grandiose gesture because he went above and beyond what she asked for, whether they were from ShopRite or the florist. That so.
I think I would agree with you. I think I would agree. I'm trying to answer this question. Live on air. I'm trying to answer because I want the flowers to keep coming. I love the flowers. I do agree. A ShopRite flower is nice, right? I do buy myself ShopRite flowers a lot.
Me too.
But I also like a good flower that lasts forever or close to forever. And so that would be more on the grandiose side because those flowers, sometimes can get very costly. But I do appreciate, similar to you, a flower from ShopRite or anywhere. Maybe you saw some flowers and thought of me and you presented them to me. But I think for me, it's also, I remember someone figuring out where I was timing it perfectly to make sure that the flowers arrive the same time I arrive. Now that to me is whether they came from ShopRite or
wherever.
expensive flowers. You really put a lot of effort into that.
Exactly.
So then for me, that goes from just regular flowers to grandiose because you had to get other people involved, you had to time it, you had to figure my location out. So those small gestures makes it grandiose to me versus just sending flowers.
That's what I was saying. Like if he bought her flowers and the Pepsi, that makes it grandiose to me. That's because he went above and beyond. Again, he could have picked them from wherever. You know, it makes it grandiose because he went above and beyond. But I love flowers, so it doesn't matter. So Pepper is joining us. Hey, Pepper is joining us. She shares, hey, beautiful Dr. Z and beautiful Carol. She's in the grocery store shopping. She got to bake some cupcakes and some cakes. Okay. Well, you know, I do accept care packages, you know, so if you just want to send some cupcakes and cakes our way, I'll make sure Dr. Z gets some.
Yes.
And Eric always shows up. He does. He brings me flowers to my shows. Yes, you do. And I smile. You see every single tooth in my mouth when he gives them to me. Yes, you do. Yes. And he gave me a forever rose. Where do I keep it? Well, I'll tell you exactly where I keep it. It's in my room, in my family room. It's right on display. Right. I'm going to have to take a picture so you can see, but it's right on display. It's where I have all my memorabilia and everything from all my shows and everything. So, let's see. Pepper shares a friend of hers husband passed away 10 years ago. She's been dating a guy for 7 years. And when they started dating, he would send her flowers every Friday, has not missed a day except when he was sick. And that was one day. Other than that, every Friday. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
That's special.
That is. Oh my. Well, Malcolm, wait a minute, Malcolm. Let me find out. Malcolm shares, I once got my workplace crush a fruit basket and she loved it. See, that's grandiose too. See, both of those gestures I would consider grandiose. I would say that.
Yes, I would agree. Now, my thing is with the dating me, however you start, I'm gonna need those flowers to keep coming. You know,
it sounds like this gentleman is not disappointed.
He's doing a great job.
In all caps, Dr. Z. Did you see that?
I saw that every Friday.
Every Friday. Oh my goodness. Wait, Eric said, "No, see, that's a king's gesture." It sure is. It sure is. Nick, did you hear that?
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised. You know what's funny? I feel like younger people, they don't understand some of these old tactics in dating. You know, people they kind of just the younger folks, they like to pull up and then say something here or there, say, "Oh, I think you're cute," and this and that, but they don't really go for the big gestures or really any gestures, it seems like. So I'm glad to hear that, you know, people still like them. I was asking because one of my friends, she got some flowers on Valentine's Day, and it was a big bouquet of flowers. And she texted me a picture of them. And I said, "Whoa, like that's a lot of flowers." And she loved them. She's still talking about those flowers. And I was like, "Oh my God, people still like flowers. This is awesome." You know,
I love them. I love flowers. I do. And I'm so mad. I just saw some. I was running to the store the other day. In ShopRite, no less, running for my aunt, and I saw these beautiful flowers, but I was on a mission and I passed them, but I can't stop thinking about them, so I may just go back and get them.
Get those flowers.
They were beautiful, like orange yellow color. They were gorgeous.
And I think too, like we're talking about flowers, but I think the small things in general is just, I know as a woman, it just makes you feel good, whether it be constantly opening the door. You know, for me, if I can be honest, I'm just so used to getting in and out the car, right? So if I have a gentleman like, slow down, I'm gonna open the door. It's shocking because like Nick said, a lot of men these days, or he didn't say particularly men, but people in general these days don't remember the small things. So I think again, is really based on a person, what the person likes and what works for them.
I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. Malcolm shares in his last relationship years ago, she loved flowers. I love that. I see that there are a lot of us that love flowers. And Pepper shares, it's just so nice to be thought about. She was always told by her father, people don't have to be nice, and when they do, don't take it for granted. How about that? Listen, I am so impressed with the gentleman you shared, who sends his significant other flowers every Friday, not once a month, every Friday. And listen, flowers, and they're getting more and more expensive.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're not cheap.
No, they're not cheap.
They're not
They are
cheap.
not cheap. Okay, so that is a king's gesture.
That is. And a lot of times people think, that they have to do so many big things. And truth be told, I think for both men and women, they like, of course, everyone likes a big gesture, especially on a holiday or anniversary, but it's the everyday things that makes a difference. It's the everyday things that remind you that this person really likes me. They really love me. They really care about me. But I often hear other people say, no, I don't like small things. Show me that you love me with gifts.
I've heard that too. I have heard that.
Mm-hmm.
But no, listen, I'm not judging anyone. So you hear me over here, you hear the peanut gallery over here, but that is not judgment of anyone. That's just me sharing that that's not how I feel as it pertains to me. So if that's how you feel, you already know. I'm going to tell you to share and tell me, because I want to know why. So why? Why?
I did that, Carol, before we came here today. I asked around. I said, what do you prefer, small things or big things? And I had a young lady say, I prefer the big things, because when they leave, if they don't stay, the grandiose things that they have given me stays with me. The small gestures go out the door. I was like, okay, okay, that's your perspective. I respect that. She was like, if they buy me a tennis bracelet or some type of gift, I get to keep that. I'll have that no matter what. The small gestures, what am I going to do with that? That was her perspective. That was her opinion.
Okay, but the sentiment, the memory, the emotion, the thought, like none of that. Okay.
My question for her.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. My question for her is just, how big is too big? How big of a gesture is too big of it? Like if I find out that you love animals, can I buy you a dog? Do you want to take care of this dog now? Like, is that too much? I always wonder what's the ceiling? What's it like? Oh, okay, I can't, that was a bit much.
That's a good question.
That is a good question. Well, how much is too much?
I guess that's, again, being attuned to the woman and knowing, I guess, asking, hey, if you got a dog, would you take care of the dog? And then showing up with the dog, I guess.
Exactly. You got to ask her for us. Find out for us, please.
Maybe you got to ask the girlfriends and or the friends and the people around her to determine whether or not the dog is acceptable. But for this young lady that I spoke with, no gesture is too big.
Too big?
She said no gesture is too big. She said that she feels like the small things you can get anywhere. It's the bigger things. In her opinion, this was her opinion.
Right.
The bigger things is things that that they have to work for, things that they put effort into. That was her perspective.
I have one question. So was she between 25 to 35 or 35, 45, 45, 55?
I'm going to say she was 30 to 45.
Okay.
Her prefrontal cortex is fully developed.
Okay. I was curious to know what kind of, responsibility she might have. What kind of,
she has responsibility. But I also think, again, it goes to looking at where a person may be in their life, because for her, she feels like I already do all the things. To me, I have a totally different opinion. But for her, she feels like I already do all of the small things for myself. I already do X, Y, Z. So why not?
But you can't give yourself a massage.
You can't. But she'll probably tell you I can go to the massage parlor.
But that's not the same from someone who, okay. So here I go again. I'm going off. Let me reel it on in. We're going to go to the phone lines right now. We have a family member calling in. Hi there. Thank you so much for calling and welcome to the conversation.
Hi, is this for Samson?
Yes, it is. Hi, Samson. How are
Hi, good
you?
evening. Okay. It's too big of a gift if it turns into an obligation and you can't always navigate like how this person's going to feel every day. Like if you get her a dog, well, that's going to be like 11, 10, 15-year obligation, responsibility, and all the things involved in taking and having a healthy dog, so that would be too big. You might not even know her as well as you think you do, and end up regretting that the dog has to be with her. I mean, I don't know but that's too big of an obligation. A gift is a gift. It's a finite thing, and you can do many finite things, but something like a live animal is not a finite thing. That's an indefinite thing, and variables every day. When I was a kid, or when I was a young man, it was this kind of thing that you're supposed to keep in mind. Is it a gift for you, or is it a gift for her? Like, you're married, right? And you buy your wife like a vacuum cleaner. Who was that really for? Was that for you because you wanted to vacuum more, or was it for her? So that's how, I feel like you kind of navigate that kind of question.
Samson, thank you for that. Thank you so much. I love the way he started. He said that a dog, that's too much. It's an obligation.
Yeah, a long obligation, and people just can change, and they don't. Dogs are a lot of work. Walking them and all that. Nowadays, you pick up behind them. It's crazy.
Well, see, you're talking. Listen, I love me some fur babies. You are right about the responsibility, though. You are. Say that. What'd you say?
I'm thinking about getting a German Shepherd myself.
Yes.
But, it's a big obligation. I had dogs when I was a kid. It's like, but there's 3 of them.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, I hope you get that German Shepherd. I hope you do. I sure hope. Thank you so much, Samson. Thank you. But he's right. He is right. He is. Wait, Nick. Nick, what are you saying? Nick is talking about maybe a snake is easier to manage. What? Who wants nobody want a snake?
Right.
No, nobody. What? Oh my goodness. On that note, family, while we all gather ourselves again, we're going to take a commercial break, but we are coming right back. A snake.
Tune into Reality Check with Tanya Pendleton every Tuesday in May at 11 a.m. for the Word on Women's Health, a weekly segment focusing on Black women's wellness. This segment is brought to you by the Pennsylvania Lottery, benefiting older Pennsylvanians every day. Word Radio Digital Tip of the Month with Stephanie Humphrey is brought to you by Comcast.
Are you looking for a Black-owned business in the greater Philadelphia region? Katika.us, that's Katika, is an online directory showcasing everything from restaurants, barbershops, and beauty salons to attorneys, accountants, and contractors. Katika's mission is to accelerate equality for the Black community by connecting Black businesses with conscious consumers. If you're looking for a business, you can easily search for one in your area. And if you are a Black-owned biz, you can list your business on the platform for free. Katika also hosts interactive community events like Black History Tours or wine tastings to engage and build community all across the city of Philadelphia. Let's all do what we can to support the businesses in our own backyards by visiting Katika.us. Stay tuned to WURD for more tips and stay connected with us at wordradio.com.
Are you wet shaving? You'll get razor bumps.
Nah, Pops, I'm good with Gillette Skin Guard. How long you been growing that beard mama hates anyway?
Since 77, I shaved and got ingrown so bad.
That's why I use the Gillette Skin Guard razor, face scrub, shave gel, and moisturizer. So I don't have to worry about new razor bumps or shaving irritation.
Gillette Skin Guard, huh? Your mama's gonna love this one.
The best a man can get keeps getting better with Gillette Skin Guard. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Finish your high school diploma for you and your family. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free adult education centers near you.
Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
WURD is happy to provide our listeners with the opportunity to participate in contests and win prizes. This is a reminder of our contest rules. All participants must be 18 years of age or older, depending on the contest. Persons may win only one prize from the radio station per contest for every 30-day period. Some contests might also specify one winner per household or company. Prizes must be claimed within 14 days or by 12 noon the day before the event, whichever is sooner, and must be accepted as is or forfeited. The radio station employees and their immediate relatives, sponsor employees and their immediate relatives, live remote sponsor employees and their immediate relatives, and any other media employees are ineligible to win the prize. Thank you for participating and for listening to WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Long nose, what's the word, boy? What's the word? What's the word?
WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Let me tell you something, and don't you ever forget it. Success is nothing without someone you love to share it with.
You're listening to Love and Life with Carol Riddick on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media.
Hey, family, welcome back. You are tuned in to Love and Life with Carol Riddick right here on WURD. I want to take a moment to go to our socials. Family, I'm still laughing at you, Nick, talking about a snake. I don't know who would give anyone a snake as a gift, but oh my goodness. Pepper shares the emotion and the memory attached to the small things. That's just everything. That's everything for her. I'm with you. Miss Joanne shares, if you give too many big things, it takes away from the small, nice gestures, and you have to increase the price of the gifts. How about that? Harold shared, you better not buy her no vacuum. I know that's right. And Pepper shares, bullseye, Samson, bullseye. Malcolm shares, that woman that you were talking about, Dr. Z, she's asking for a bit much. I think that is hilarious. Pastor Daniel Black is joining us. Hello there, Pastor of Gospel Temple Baptist Church right down in South Philly. Yes, you know the one. He shares, good evening, family. If you are giving animals for a gift, he shares, he's got a Doberman that you can have. Oh, no, don't give the baby away. Don't give the baby away. No. Oh my goodness. See that? Well, here we are. Samson set the tone. Samson said, no puppies, no dogs.
No puppies, no dogs, no dogs.
And someone said maybe a cat would be better, but there's still some responsibility with a cat as well. And then was it Malcolm shared he once had a neighbor that would walk his dog in the wee hours of the morning and sometimes in the cold. He said, nah, I'm good with all of this.
The dog thing can go either way, because if she wants the dog, and she's going to take care of the dog, that doesn't obligate the person or he wants the dog.
That's true.
And they're going to take care of the dog, whether you're in the picture or not. It's their dog. Now, if y'all are trying to co-parent this dog together, then that might be a different story. However, if it's that can go left, right? You'll be in court fighting for who has custody of the dog. But the reality is, if you're gifting the dog to someone and they want a dog, she may be okay with walking the dog in the wee hours in the morning. Or maybe she has a yard and she just lets the dog go out in the yard.
How about that? How about that? See, I'm the one you know me. You all know me. You hear me talk about animals. You know, I would gladly take a puppy. I would gladly take a dog. Except the Doberman. That's the black Doberman.
And the funny thing is, you're saying is, I remember when I first graduated undergrad, someone gifted me with a Maltese poo, and it was Zoe, and she was the best dog ever. I ended up giving her to my parents after a while, but I loved the dog. The dog, she was a great dog. My parents grew to love her, and she became a part of the family. That person is no longer in the picture, but Zoe stayed with us for quite a while.
I love that. Dr. Z, you said I eventually gave her away, but it was just to your parents, just to your parents. So that's cool. So family, okay, for those of you who have not responded, you know, we're still waiting to hear your response. We want to know, do you prefer the smaller gestures to the more grandiose gestures, or a good mix of the two? And you know me, you know I'm adding to it. I want to know your love language as it pertains to your own love language. Are you the person that does more of the small gestures than the grandiose gestures? Or come on now, talk to us. There's still some time. You still have just a few minutes to let us know. So for those of you who did contribute, thank you so much. But what about your love language? What do you do? How are you in your relationships? So you like to do the small things, you know, because that could be different. You might you can be a person that likes to do more of the smaller gestures, but you might want to receive more of the more grandiose gestures.
Mm-hmm. So, and I think you have to do, as Nick said, whatever your pocket will allow, right? And hope that the person is open to receiving that, because that could be a red flag. You know, we talk about red flags. If you do small things and they're expecting puppies and trips and pocketbooks or cars or whatever, top of the line vacuum clean, I don't know, whatever they define as grandiose, and you're not there, that may be a sign that say, I need to back out of this, because that may mean y'all are on two different wavelengths when it comes to love languages. And I think sometimes people will force themselves to do things that is not within their financial means, set themselves up for failure, and then now they can't keep up with that lifestyle when they actually settle down with this person or become a part of with this person in a relationship.
Sure. That's a good point, Dr. Z. That's a good point. Woo, family. Didn't I say it? I said Dr. Z in these topics every single week. She brings it with these topics. So I don't know. Do you think I'll get any more flowers, Dr. Z?
Yeah, we're gonna get flowers. We answered that question correctly, Carol.
Oh, we did.
We're gonna get flowers. We like them from ShopRite to top of the line. Long stem roses, forever roses. We like them all.
We do. We do. Oh, I saw you clowning me. I saw you, Nasir. I saw Nasir was clowning me. I saw you. I just want you to know that I saw you. Oh my goodness. Oh, so family, I still want to know what you're doing this weekend. Don't think I forgot. I know we only have a few minutes left, but I still want to know. Dr. Z, yes. Happy Mother's Day to you.
Thank you. Happy Fur Mommy's Day to you.
Thank you. You know, my mother used to always get me a card from my fur child, and she would get me a plant. My mother would always get me a card and a plant, which I looked forward to it. I always look forward to it. So will you be doing anything special?
I'm not sure. I don't know yet. We didn't plan anything. Normally we put that on my father, and he's responsible for taking us all out. So we'll see what he comes out with. But as of right now, we don't have any plans. You know, I don't like to go out a lot on the holidays because it's always long waits and things of that nature. We're homebodies sometimes, so we cook.
Well, you never know, though. He may have planned a grandiose gesture,
Right,
and
let's
you
see.
might not have to wait. You never know.
Yeah, maybe he shut down the restaurant, and it's only gonna be us in there.
We do have one more family member waiting on the phone lines. Gloria, hi. Thank you so much for calling, Love Light. Welcome to the conversation.
Family.
Good
Yes,
evening.
my son just sent me, my daughter-in-law, my two grandsons sent me 2 dozen roses from Marietta, Georgia. They are so beautiful.
Oh,
They are gorgeous. I put them in water, sip them and everything. Put the stuff in there for the flowers. Oh, it's so pretty.
See, I can hear your smile, okay? I can hear it.
Yes. Oh, the lady you had earlier, her name was Val something?
ValRay, yes.
Yes. She's from my old neighborhood. Yeah, I'm from North Philly, 28th and Huntington. I live on Marston Street.
Oh, and you knew Val?
Now, I don't know her, but I'm from that area. I live 28th and Huntington, 2552 North Marston Street. And the song she was saying, So in Love, as we so long together.
Yes.
He was my neighbor in North Philly. He was my block captain, George Williams.
Oh, wow. Oh, see that? It's a small world, isn't it?
I knew his wife Vivian and then their children Tyrone, Monica, and George Williams. Yes.
It is a small world.
Mm-hmm. He was our first block captain on the block. He's nice, man. He's passed on now, and so is she. And her third child, George III, he's gone too. Yes, ma'am. But that's that's memories, you know?
Yeah. Good memories. Good memories.
Yes.
Well, I want to wish you a happy Mother's Day.
And all of you ladies there too, okay? Everyone. At the sound of my voice, happy Mother's Day. Even the mothers, even though the spiritual mothers, foster mothers, aunts that are pretending to be mothers to people that don't have mothers, you know what I mean? Happy Mother's Day to everybody, because anyway, we're all mothers.
How about that?
We're all mothers. We all of us who take care of children, we've done it all.
How about that?
Yes, ma'am. You ladies have a good night.
You too. And thank you for calling, Gloria.
All right. Have a blessed one. Good night.
You too. Good night. Family, here we are. Oh, my goodness. Dr. Z, thank you again, as always, for such an amazing topic, a wonderful, wonderful topic. Nick, thank you as well for always, I love it when you join the conversation. I tell you all the time. I'm going to keep asking you to join the conversation because I love it when you do. Here we are, praising God from whom all blessings flow. Oh, my goodness. I just ask that you pray for someone who does not yet know God. Pray for your loved ones. Pray for your enemies. Pray for those in need. Thank you so much, ValRay, Dr. Z. As always, Dr. Z. Just thank you, family, for sharing your time, your energy, your attention, your spirit, your space, all of that good stuff. Happy Mother's Day. Alfredia and Janine, I'm sending you some extra love. You know why. Happy birthday once again to our love lights. Everybody, we're all in this together. To be good to you, but be good to those around you. God loves you, and so do I. Have a great rest of your night and a great weekend. And be sure to join me Monday through Thursday, 7 till 9 p.m. Eastern Time for another edition of Love and Life right here on WURD, Progressive Black Talk Media. Bye, y'all.
It's the WURD Hot 60.
Hot 60.
Here's the hottest 60 seconds you missed from Wake Up with Word.
We're talking with Philadelphia Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel about some law enforcement